But he did speak about his sort of his basketball future, and here's what he had to say. It's pretty interesting.
It won't be because I can't play this game at a high level. It won't be because of that. Because, to be honest, if I really wanted to, I could probably play this game at a high level by about another, weird I might say, by about another 5 to 7 years if I wanted to. But I'm not going to do that.
So here's what I find interesting about this, because you think about the end of Shaquille's career, the end of Pat Ewing's career, the end of Hakeem's career, the end of Dwayne Wade's career, Vince Carter sort of being like a corner three guy on the Hawks. Like, LeBron's not there. Like, LeBron is an extremely effective, masterful basketball player right now. Like, if we're just schoolyard picking guys, and you want to win one playoff game, a game 7, LeBron's going like 5th. Seriously. Like, he's going like 5th or 6th. So I do sort of agree with him that while he is 40 years old and he's breaking all these records, he's played more than anybody else and blah, 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 all the records, all the everything. I think that there are still 2 or 3 more extremely effective LeBron years left. How do you see this career playing out?
I think LeBron is clearly like, so here's the difference between like NBA veterans at the end of whatever it is they're doing. I think there's what LeBron's doing, which is just completely unprecedented in the sense that like his max contract is justifiable.
Yeah.
At 40, he's got a max deal and it's justifiable. Most guys LeBron's age or, with his odometer, as Bill would say, are playing close to minimum contract level than they are, max contract. And then there's those guys sort of in the middle of that, like Al Horford, who is much better than a minimum player, but he's nobody's idea of a max guy.
No.
And so I think LeBron is saying like, I'm going to play as long as I could justify my max contract. I'm not going to play as some vagabond at the end of somebody's bench. And I think he's just clearly so far from being a minimum player. Like, it's just not even a question. Like, Westbrook is taking minimum contract for somebody we just mentioned. LeBron is just nowhere near that. And so I think he's right, but 7 years, no. I think his body would be cooked by then 5 years or whatever. But I think he's got, like, after this year, he could play definitely probably 2 more years as a pretty effective NBA player.
Here's how it's going to play out. At the end of every season, he's going to pump fake retirement. At the end of every season from here until he's done. But here's what's not going to happen. He's not going to play out losing the first round and then make the announcement in the offseason. He's getting his retirement tour.
Oh,
this man loves attention.
Are you kidding
He's going to
me?
let everybody know this is his last year. He's going to act like he's going to retire 17 times before next October. But we're going to know when it's his final year because he's going to let us know, and he's going to do the whole thing. He's going to do the whole
100%. 2 predictions. One, LeBron, like you said, is going to do a retirement tour because, first of all, like, again, people don't know this, but, like, he's had cameras following for the last, like, 4 years. He's going to drop a Netflix, basically Last Dance kind of thing. And so, for that reason alone, I know for a fact, because he's going to have it documented by his production company, LeBron is doing a retirement tour. Also, even kind of related to that, he's going to do this whole my son in the league, blah, blah, blah thing with Bryce all over again. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Yep.
Mark your calendars to it. When Bryce is draft eligible, LeBron's going to do this whole, play with my son, blah, blah, blah. This whole thing is going to happen again. Buckle up, folks. Get ready.
Guaranteed to happen. And he is, but don't sleep on this, though. At the end of this year, when they lose in the first round, it's going to be like a 5-game gentleman sweep or whatever to the Mavs or whatever it is. He's going to go to the podium and he's going to act like he's going to retire.
Yeah.
I promise you. The last thing you hear from LeBron James when they lose in the playoffs or the play-in, he's going to act like he's going to retire. He's going to act like he doesn't know if he's going to come back this year. I guarantee it. And guess what's going to happen next October?
He's going to be back. He's going to be in training camp.
He's going to let us know. I love the fact that they're like, he spends $1 million on his body every year to maintain. It's like, dog, that's $500,000 on hair plugs alone. You know? Like, most of that is hair plugs. You're spending on your body, technically, yes.
Bro,
but those are hair plugs.
The cryo chamber is like a 4K TV. Like the prices have come down on those things, man. You can get a nice one for a good rate these days, y'all.
I do want to give him a shout, though. One thing I love about LeBron is when he doesn't play, he brings wine and drinks it on the bench. We don't even talk about this. My guy brings wine and drinks it on the bench in games he doesn't play. And we just act like that's normal. I love that about him.
He's such a Martha's Vineyard wine auntie. It's so ridiculous.
Martha Stewart.
he's just the embodiment of Martha Stewart. Facts.
It's called LeBron a wine auntie.
That's
and you're
what
absolutely right. I can't even disagree with it.
Dude, that whole, basically, first of all, like, we need to do a meditation on how JJ got this job, where him and LeBron start a podcast about coaching.
Oh, God. No, but the whole conceit of the podcast was like, people don't talk about basketball the right way. So we're going to go inside the mind of a basketball player, and we're going to give you the real breakdown of what it's really like to be a high IQ basketball player. And guess what? It was fucking boring. It was fucking boring.
But they had the world's biggest wine glasses on display. That, to me, was my favorite part of it. Is like, these guys are not only like, whatever, pretentious about hoops, but they are the biggest wine snobs that the world has ever known. I just love, that's my favorite aspect of it. Just LeBron with the wine glass, and he's aerating the red, and it's just like, yo, this guy's hilarious.
Like, so a couple things about wine. Quick, brief personal aside. It took me till I was like 35 years old that I realized that I don't like wine. I just drink it because everybody else is drinking it. You know what I mean? Like, you go to dinner and someone's like, should we get a bottle of wine? I'm just like, yeah, sure. But like, I don't even like it. It doesn't taste good. It's acidy. It sort of like fights it. When I drink it, it like fights me on the way down. I'd much rather have a cocktail or a beer. But another thing I like about LeBron in that show is I don't respect people that pour like an ounce and a half of wine in the glass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to drink 10 ounces of this shit, so you might as well just fill the glass up. You know what I mean? Like why? I don't understand why we're acting like I'm going to have an ounce and a half of wine. And it's going to be like
it's
1/3
just the
of the
proper
way full.
decorum. You're not supposed to fill your glass damn near 3/4 up. Like, it's just not what you do. Even if you have the bottle to yourself.
Why not? I'm going to end up drinking it, so why not just put it all in the glass in the first place? I've never understood that. But I honestly took me till I was like 35 to be like, I don't like wine. I just don't like it.
I'm actually a big wine person, but I didn't start really drinking it till I was like 30. Yeah, probably like 30. Yeah. I would say. Yeah, I didn't start like really like trying different stuff and like actually thinking about what I like and don't like. Like, obviously I don't like all wine, but the ones that I do, I really do like, can go through bottles of that thing and just be drunk as hell.
We went to wine country, my wife and I, one time, and we went to this really fancy vineyard, like beautiful. It's like on a mountaintop. It felt like somewhere like Iron Man would live. You know what I mean? And they put us out on this deck, and we had a flight of wines. So we each had like an ounce and a half, 3 ounce and a half glasses, right? And we're like, well, let's do another flight. And they're like, we're sorry. We only serve 1 flight per customer per visit. And me and my wife looked at this person like, who are you fucking kidding?
Yeah,
like, what, you think I'm here for the wine? I'm here for the buzz. I'm here for the vibes. I'm never going back to that place.
There is a foofy nature to wine culture that can definitely be off-putting for sure. But like, the best wine people aren't these psychopaths who would like restrict the freaking drunkenness of their patrons. That's just nuts.
That's not me.